guys, if you're just joining us, you can grab a towel, like a long beach towel or a bath towel. You can grab a belt. I have a yoga strap like this. Sarah has a band like we use in the gym. If you don't have any of those things, that's fine too. You know, you'll still get the benefits and be able to work around it. But if you do have a towel, a band, yoga strap, belt, that'll work. You can even grab an old t-shirt. Yeah, there you go. If you have a tuxedo t-shirt, you win the prize. It's a secret prize. But you gotta show it to me in 5 seconds.
Go and start.
Tuxedo t-shirts. All right, let me grab a list. Oh, can you use your phone? All right, y'all. Welcome to the Well Rock Happy Hour. We're gonna breathe and stretch. And if you guys are drinking water, wine, whiskey, or rum, it's all good for where I'm from. See that? See what I did? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna relax into a forward fold. Forward fold is it can be a lot of things depending on how you approach it. So I want to use it today mainly for our hamstrings. So Sarah, can you demonstrate a forward fold real quick? Like that. So see how she's rounding in her back a lot? So can you come up, stick your chest up, and start to lean forward. So this looks more like a deadlift now, right? And her knees is perfectly fine if her knees bend a little bit. And when you're doing this, you should definitely feel more of the hamstring area, okay? So here's where the band comes in a little bit. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna wrap it around here. Go ahead. And you know, we're gonna hold this position for about a good minute. So, you know, you don't wanna force anything. You don't wanna get tired doing this. You wanna breathe. And by pulling on the band, chest up, pull forward.
So straight back.
Yeah, straight back. And you guys should feel the hamstrings being stretched. And the goal here is to hold this for about a minute. I have a timer that I'm gonna start working, and after a minute's over, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something called a PALS activation. So if she was doing a deadlift, which I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, she would basically, or I'll do it, if I was doing a deadlift, and let's just say this was a barbell or something, I'm here, I have my stretch, I can feel a nice stretch in my hamstrings. If you feel it in your lower back, that's fine too. In about, after we hold this, I'm going to actively try to pull the band, like I'm trying to pull it this way, right? But I'm not going to because I'm blocked by holding onto the band. We're gonna do that aggressively for about 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go into mini sets, and I'm just gonna, after you pull for 10 seconds, what's gonna happen for 99% of the people is it's gonna open up some space and it's gonna allow us to go deeper into the stretch. Then I'm just gonna hold that for 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna pull hard for 10, and then I'm gonna go deeper into the stretch. Hold that for another 30, pull hard for 10, and then go deeper into the stretch. So this is in FRC world, which is some stuff that you guys have all done being a part of the gym, whether you realize it or not. This is something called PALS and rails. And another way to look at it is we're creating space, then we're gonna take more space through activation. So we're creating space by holding on to that stretch for the first minute, nice and easy, and our body will start to loosen up and let go. Then we're gonna pull hard, you know, somewhat hard, for 10 seconds, whatever. That's gonna open up more space, and then we're just gonna keep taking more and more space. And this is the best way to open up tissues. So, are you ready? Anybody? Okay. In 3, 2, 1, Go. So all you're doing is you're folding forward, chest is up, and if you feel a stretch in your hamstring, you're doing this correctly. Okay, my knees are together, feet are together, and all you want to do here is take a big breath in and slow exhales. You might even notice that you're able to go deeper and deeper into the stretch with the exhales. Go ahead, guys. Keep breathing. And again, you should be pulling just hard enough to get you a little bit more stretch, but not so hard that you're gonna tire yourself out in the next 40 seconds. So just kind of keep that in mind. Big inhale. Slow exhales. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as your exhales are slower than your inhales. If you're a little bit, but I'm focusing on inhaling. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little rounded in my back, but I can really feel my hamstrings. I can really get my pelvis to rotate forward, which is what the goal is. All right, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a big inhale, and then upon having that big inhale, you're gonna start pulling away from that strap, just like you would a heavy weight, okay? We're gonna hold this for 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, big inhale, and start pulling back. And you're pushing through your feet, you're trying to break the band, however you wanna look at it. Almost there. And rest. Try to go deeper into the stretch. So I can get deeper now. And then right here, we're just gonna breathe for 30 seconds. Nice and easy. If you're a little deeper into the stretch than the first round, you're doing it right. You should be able to be a little deeper. We got about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna repeat what we just did. Okay, guys, take a big inhale. Pull into that band. Push, push like you're trying to rip the band. We got 10 seconds here. And rest. Go deeper into the stretch. So what you can do is you can take your feet like this and just pull yourself deeper. If you have really good flexibility and like you can easily touch the ground or your toes, then you can grab your feet and pull instead of the band. So that's what I'm doing because my mobility is amazing. So I would just recommend doing that. That was a joke. No one laughed. Okay, guys, so we're just breathing nice and easy. What?
You're on mute.
Oh, they're on mute. You're on mute, guys. I didn't realize that. All right, in 5 seconds, big inhale. 3, 2, 1, big inhale. Pull hard, pull, 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 pull. Good. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And rest. Now just fold. You can let your back round right now. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just fold down like this, and we're gonna hold this for about a good minute. Big inhales, big exhales. And this should feel like just relaxed. If there's any kind of tension or pain just because it's a deep stretch, that's okay. If there's any kind of tension or pain because something is just not right, then go ahead and ease off this a little bit. And we want to maintain with the breathing. The breathing is everything. So in through the nose, slower out through the mouth if you can. Big inhales. And rest, guys. Slowly come out of that. Okay, from this position, just kind of wiggle your legs like I am a little bit, just to kind of give them a little life. Next thing is, we don't need a strap for this next part. Hopefully you felt a little release there. I know I did this earlier too, and my back felt a little stiff because I hadn't stretched it, and I've been doing so much walking, and I did that, boom, went away. It hasn't come back since. So that's a good little something you can do if you ever feel a little lower back stiffness, and it's just tight from just doing normal stuff. Not tight because you lifted something incorrectly or you did too much with your low back. All right, so we're gonna get into a step-up position, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically this position here, right? And all I'm trying to do is, if you can see how I am, like this, and I'll show you from a side angle, right here. If you need to get something underneath your knee, so if your floor is kind of hard, go ahead and do that. I'm just trying to get my chest to go as low as I can towards the ground. And all we're gonna do is breathe and open up the hip for right now, just like we did with the forward fold. So this is it, guys, and everyone's gonna be a little different. What we're trying to do is open up this stuff right here. I feel a little bit on the inside of my groin, and everyone's gonna feel a little bit different. I feel a little bit opening on this leg that's behind me, and that's okay too. I'm not trying to stretch it. So go ahead and start doing this. The lower you can get your chest, the deeper you're gonna get into that stretch. There's no bad place to feel this, as long as it feels like something's getting stretched. And we're just gonna breathe. And while you guys are doing this, I'm gonna explain what's gonna happen here. So what we just did with the hamstrings, we basically did a passive stretch, which is what we do now, what we're doing, and then we added some isometrics to it. So in a second, we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna do this passive stretch, we're trying to get inside our hips, and then when I say go, we're gonna take a big inhale, and then imagine this front leg, I'm gonna try to push this foot through the ground, just like you would maybe doing a lunge. And obviously this is a really deep lunge. So right here, breathe. If you can get this forearm to the ground, go ahead and do that. Come lower and lower, whatever. I know some of you guys can really get down there. If you guys work out with Liesl, you've seen what she can do. That's basically that. All right, guys, we're approaching a minute, so this one might hurt a little bit more. What we're gonna do is take a big inhale. This front foot, start driving into the ground for 10 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, inhale, and drive down. 10 seconds here. You can hold your breath or you can slowly breathe out, but keep your abs on. Almost there, almost there, almost there, and relax. And just try to, I got a little deeper on this one. Just stay here, keep holding. And now breathe, slow it back down. Feel that? Okay guys, ready? We're gonna take a big inhale. Go 3, 2, 1, go. Drive that foot down, 10 seconds. Start to ramp it up. That just means drive harder and harder. We got 5 more seconds. Hard, hard, hard. And relax. We're gonna do one more round. Start breathing nice and slow. You might be going lower than you ever have before, so this might feel kind of weird, like you're gonna hurt something. You should be fine. I'm getting pretty deep in mine. We're getting close. Okay guys, ready? Big inhale. Start driving that foot down, abs on. Drive, drive, drive. Drive a little harder now if you can. Harder, and relax. All right, slowly come out of that one. That might feel weird, right? I promise you, you're gonna feel amazing though when we're done. We're gonna do the other leg now. So now same exact thing, whatever leg you were just doing, put that in the back, bring the other one up front. And also keep a little awareness of how they feel differently. Mine definitely feel different. My right side's generally looser, we'll see. Okay, everyone ready? We're gonna hold this one for about a minute. And just all you're doing is a passive stretch. Breathe here. Oh, I see. 15 more seconds, guys. We're almost there. Okay. If you're ready, we're gonna take a big inhale. Now start driving that foot down now. Abs are on a little bit. Drive, you can breathe, but just keep a little tension in your body. Almost there. Keep driving, keep driving, keep driving. And rest. See if you can go a little lower now. We're gonna hold this for 30. I definitely am lower on this side than the other.
I'm impressed. I can't stay down.
It hurts.
Yeah.
This is real stretching.
As opposed to fake stretching?
That was a humble brag, Matt. All right, guys, 10 more seconds. Hope you're feeling this. If you're not, let me know. Okay, ready. Big inhale. Abs on a little bit. Start driving that foot down. Go. Drive, 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 drive. Drive, drive that foot down. Almost there, almost there. And rest. Go back to your nice, calm, easy, peaceful breathing. All right, last time on this side. Are you ready? Big inhale. Start driving that foot down. Go, go, go. Drive, 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 drive. Abs are on a little bit. Drive. Do what feels good. And rest. Awesome. Slowly, slowly come out of that one. Ooh. All right, how'd that feel, guys? You feeling that? You gotta stand up after that one, huh, Matt?
Yeah, same.
Okay, we're gonna do a little low back stuff, and we're gonna do a little, what's called hip flexion. So the front of the hip, and it's gonna look like a cat-cow. If you have anything going on with your low back, let me know, okay? Just, best way to do it is to type something into the chat because it'll give us a notification. So, because we have everybody unmuted. Or you can just unmute yourself. So watch me really quick. Everyone knows what a cat-cow is. And all I'm gonna do is come down to a cat-cow like this. And my elbows are gonna be especially close to my knees. So I might be out here normally, but I'm gonna walk my elbows into my knees, and I'm gonna go ahead and just, from here, I'm trying to let my spine sink down. So imagine like an old, rope bridge that just kind of it sinks down, right? Or the space between two camel humps or something. Sarah's laughing. So you just want your spine to go as low as it can, and then we're just breathing in this position. So I'm tight in the front of my hips, which is what we're doing right now. It's called hip flexion. And I can feel the front of my hips more than my back. You guys might feel the same. You might feel both. You might just feel your back. We're gonna stay in this position for a good minute and breathe. So push your hips back. Yep, and then bring your elbows closer, and then arch your back. So you should be arching your back. And, you know, like at a 10 to 20% effort. 10 to 20% effort. Because we're going to go up to 100% in a second. Yep, let your head hang. Just let your head hang. Good. And then breathe. This one, I feel my low belly too, because it's stretching my abs. Let your head hang. Arch your back. Keep breathing, guys. Don't do anything. I'm gonna explain a couple things and just keep stretching. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the advantage from the friction from the floor, the ground. Ideally, you have something that's not gonna slide very easily. If you do, don't worry about it. And I'm going to basically, with about 80% effort, as you get more comfortable, you can ramp it up to 100% effort. I'm gonna start trying to slide my knees backwards and trying to slide my elbows forward. So I'm trying to slide my knees and elbows away from each other, going front to back, if that makes sense. And at the same time, I'm trying to arch my back as hard as I can. So we're just trying to get our back to go deeper into the position it's already in. And I'm gonna try to slide my elbows forward and my knees back, if that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense to you? Alrighty, so we're gonna do this for 10 seconds. Take a big breath in and start going. Arch your back hard, slide everything apart, elbows forward, knees back, so you're sliding them away from each other. We got 5 more seconds. And rest. Now see if you can sink your spine a little lower. Maybe you can get your chest or your belly up right on top of your knees. For me, I can't. Sarah can pretty easily. So this is definitely hitting the front of the hip flexors. Yeah, right there. So you should feel a stretch on that low back, pelvis. Keep breathing, guys. Right? This one's great for the low back. I love it. All right, guys, ready? 3, big inhale. Drive everything apart, go again. 10 seconds. And rest. We're gonna do one more round. So right here, you just want to breathe big, right? Big inhales, big exhales. Okay, one more time. Once again, we're driving the elbows forward, knees back, and we're arching our back hard. So imagine you're trying to touch the floor with your belly button. Ready? Big inhale. 3, 2, 1, go. Harder. Last 5 seconds. If your butt's burning, that means you're doing the right thing. And rest. Woo! Slowly come up out of that one. How'd that feel?
Not good.
How'd that feel, guys? Will something happen? All right, we are gonna do a 90-90 internal rotation stretch. So, let me show you what that looks like. Sarah's gonna get into a 90-90, okay? See how she's sitting? And the leg of emphasis is this back leg, right here. Not the leg in front of her trailing leg. And what she's gonna do is, she's kind of facing away from the camera, see there? So she's facing away from the camera. The way to stretch, we're gonna do the inside of the hip, which is called our internal rotation. If any of you guys golf, or you know somebody who golfs, this is money for them. Anyway, So we're gonna turn, she's gonna turn towards me, towards you guys. And she's not gonna let this knee lift. Does that make sense? So what she should start to feel is right in here, outside top of the hip. That should start to feel like something feels like it's, you may have never felt this feeling before, but if you've been to our classes, you have. So this is internal rotation of the hip, and this makes the hip work amazing. This is like the best thing anybody can do for their hips. Anyway, we're gonna twist away good like that. And then David, I can see you. You can even slide up against your couch so that the side, you can support your left side of your ribs with the couch so you can lean on your couch. Yeah. And then now you can kind of use the couch as you could take your left arm and push away from the couch. Like, yeah. And that should feel easier. Okay? All right, guys. We're going to do this for 1 minute and go. So the same thing. It's a passive stretch, right? We're just twisting into that leg. I can feel it already. This system, the back leg that we're stretching, my inside of my ankle, the inside of my knee are in contact with the ground. I feel a stretch, or this feels just like a weird sensation. That same leg right at the top of the hip. You guys are familiar with your IT band. It's kind of like right at the top of there. Good. Yeah. This one's money, guys. You know what I'm saying? And breathe. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Okay, guys, so keep stretching. Don't do anything. Here's what we're going to do. The leg of emphasis, the leg that you're stretching, I'm going to take that same arm on that same side of your body. So for me, I'm stretching my left side. I'm going to take my left arm, place my left hand right on top of my knee like this, and I'm going to start to push up into my arm while I'm in my maximal stretch. Okay, so I'm rotating towards my leg. I can feel the stretch. I'm going to put my arm here, and I'm going to drive my knee into my hand. But the goal is to not let my leg win. My arm is keeping my knee down. All right? So, we're going to take the same thing here. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do this for 10 seconds. Or 15 seconds. Sorry, first round is 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. Start driving that leg into the arm, but don't let your arm loose. You should feel even more of a stretch now. Definitely some stuff activating. Keep going and rest, guys. See if you can twist into the leg even more now. So see if you can get more stretch. Really good. And when you inhale, in this position particularly, big inhales. You might feel your low back pop sometimes too. I have, like, if my low back's feeling a little weird, I just do a couple of these and it takes care of everything. So this is a great, like, I don't know, universal stretch. Okay, same thing here, guys. Ready? We're gonna take a big breath in, start driving that knee into the hand, and go. 10 seconds here, hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And rest. We're gonna do one more round. See if you can twist towards that leg one more time. Big inhales, big exhales.
When I use this hand, I'm twisting back.
So some of you guys, if you have really good internal rotation, so Sarah's internal rotation is better than mine. She could actually use her opposite arm for that knee because she could rotate more. So if you fall into that category, use the other arm. I can't get my right arm to my left leg. Okay, ready? Big inhale. 3, 2, 1. Start driving up hard. Abs on a little bit, so that means you're pushing your abs out. Almost there, almost there. And rest. Breathe, nice and ease out of that one, guys. Cross over to the other side. We're going right into this one. Okay, same thing on this side, nothing changes. We're gonna twist towards this back leg. You should feel that stretch and just start breathing. Tighter. If you are really open in this stretch, look at the angle of your knee. So if the leg you're stretching, if the angle's a little bit more open, it's gonna require more mobility, which means it'll make it harder. If you close the angle of the knee, just so if you slide your heel towards you, that closes the angle, that makes it easier. So just depending on you. 30 more seconds. Twenty more seconds. Ten more seconds. All right, guys, big inhale. Block that knee with the arm and start driving up and out. Drive, 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 drive. Notice the difference between both sides. This time is 15 seconds in the first round. And rest. See if you can twist closer into the stretch. Now we breathe. And you might feel this in weird places too. Like right now I feel my inner groin, which is, I know that about myself with doing this stretch, but that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Okay guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1, big inhale. Drive into your arm. Rest. One more round, we're gonna move on. All right, last time. Ready? Big inhale. Get deep into the stretch. Start driving that knee up and block it. Go. Rest. Nice job, everybody. Woo. That gets intense. All right, moving along. We're gonna go to, this is the last like stretch, these, what we call these pails and rails in FRC world. So this is the last pails and rails we're gonna do. Then we're gonna move a little bit, like a little type of cars, which you guys have all done. And that just integrates all the work we've been doing for our hip capsules. So, frog looks like this. Go ahead, Sarah. So you're down on your forearms, right? Elbows. And you want to get your knees as far apart from each other as you can. And your feet are as far away from each other as they can. So your feet aren't close together. You're trying to get your inner ankles into the ground. You're trying to slide your feet away from each other. And you're trying to get your knees as far apart from each other as they can. So this one does hurt a little bit, especially if you're really tight. Focus on breathing into your nose, out to your mouth, and we're just gonna hold this passive, easy stretch. It's not easy. This passive and easy stretch for a good minute. Then we're gonna do the pails and rails contraction, which gets interesting on this one. That's why we saved it for last. All right, just get into your position and go, guys. Focus on the breathing on this one. Since we're just hanging out here, when you inhale, this is a good position to feel your belly when it's inhaling and exhaling. So I feel like I can breathe deeper. We can definitely breathe deeper. We can access the diaphragm better in this position. So just play with that right now with your inhales and exhales. All right, guys, stay in the stretch. I'm gonna explain what's gonna go on now. So this one's a little more intense, so be careful, okay? So we're gonna add a rails. So there's PAILs and rails. Progressive and regressive angular isometric loading. That's what it stands for. So the PAILs is what we're gonna do first. We're gonna try to squeeze the inner part of our knees into the ground, or squeeze your knees together, if that makes sense. And when you do it, let's say you start out of 100% or a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being as hard as you can, start at a 1, and then maybe slowly go to a 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Don't go immediately to a 10 because it will not feel good. So that's the PAILs. We're gonna do that for 10 seconds. And the rails is we're gonna actively try to spread our knees apart for 5 seconds. And that's gonna put you deeper into the stretch, and that'll feel interesting as well. That one you might be able to go a little harder, but just play with it this first round, and don't be too aggressive. And based on how you feel right now, you might not wanna do it at all. Just do it a little bit, okay? All right, so big inhale. Start squeezing the ground together now. Abs are on. Good. Abs on, squeeze the ground together. Good, guys. Good, 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 good. Pull your knees apart for 5. Go. Pull the knees apart, pull the knees apart. Right there. And stay where you are. Relax. Don't shift your knees anywhere. Just breathe. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. We just create a little bit more space. Feel that? I hope you guys feel that. This is hard not to feel. Good, guys. So the breathing is queen here. So what we're gonna do is inhale, exhale nice and slow. Inhale, exhale nice and slow. All right, round 2. Same thing. Big inhale. Start squeezing the ground together now. Squeeze it again. Slowly ramp up. You gotta decide what's right for you. You're in charge of you. Relax. Big inhale. Slide your knees apart. Pull your knees apart aggressively. Pull the knees apart, pull the knees apart. 5 seconds here. And relax. Stay exactly where you are. Start breathing. Last round, guys. Ready? Big inhale. Squeeze the ground together. Go. Go, 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 go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're almost there. You're almost there. Relax. Big inhale. Pull the ground. Spread. Pull your knees apart. Now. Go. Pull, 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 pull. Rest. All right. What you do to get out of this position is slide your feet towards each other, like you're trying to get your feet to touch each other, then slowly use your upper body to get out of here. This one is difficult sometimes. Great job.
Wowza.
Right? You feel that, guys?
Oh.
That was the crescendo. All right, let me adjust something.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Woo, party time. All right.
You got it?
Yeah. Can you see if I'm in the shot?
Yeah, sure.
There we go.
Yeah.
What about with the phone?
No, I gotta tilt it.
All right, guys, now everyone go ahead and stand. Watch me. This is gonna be fun. So we're gonna get a little vibey here. So all we're gonna do is, now that we created space, we wanna let our nervous system or our body like move in the space we created. That's how we get more flexible. That's how we create healthy joints. So, and this is gonna feel good too, especially on a week.
Let's slide it back a little bit.
End of the week.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. So, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stand with my feet facing forward. My feet are just outside of my shoulder width, right? So I have a little bit of a wider stance, and I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna put them on my hips like this. The goal here is to not bend our knees, okay? So this might be super simple for some of you guys. I'm gonna break it down, like, cause I've had some people really have a hard time with this. So all we're gonna do is, without bending the knees, we're gonna shift our hips towards the right. So whatever your right is, doesn't matter. Then from here, I'm gonna slide my hips back like I'm sticking my butt out at somebody. Now I'm gonna rotate my hips towards the left as far as I can. Now I'm gonna take my hips and drive them forward like this. So if you notice, we just created a circle. And I'm gonna go to the right, to the back, to the side, to the front. All without bending my knees. So I'm just rotating like this, right? Just like that. So we're gonna do about 20 of these. I'm on 3. And get into like a groove with this. Like if it's easy for you, then just breathe. Don't worry about the counting. I'll do the counting. And just feel your hips kind of moving inside of the femur, moving inside of the hips. And this feels good. I do this a lot. So go, it's about 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're trying to get the circle to be bigger and bigger every revolution. And this feels amazing, for me at least. Shift forward. A couple more, guys. All right, switch directions. Now we're gonna go the opposite direction, same exact thing.
Then you really start to feel it.
Yeah, when you do a lot of these, Sarah was just mentioning that when you do a lot of these, all of a sudden it starts to feel better and better and better. I've done something like this for like 10 minutes before. Seriously, not stopping. And it just felt better and better and better. You just feel like you're in a trance. I will do those things sometimes. Couple more here, and then we're gonna go back down to the ground. All right. Rest.
Going back down?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just wanted to get that little part because that's like sets the tone. Can you?
Yeah, it looks like it's still a good spot. You can bring it closer now. Yeah, that's good.
All right. So following that same pattern we were doing with the circles, right? We were doing a circle. We're gonna get into a straddle position like this. So whatever that is for you. If you're really tight, like maybe John, I know that this might be something for you. Grab a pillow, a towel, anything you can sit on to raise your hips. Yeah, yoga block will work, and that'll get you. It'll just feel more enjoyable. That's the whole goal. So all we're gonna do is just imagine now, like our body, we're creating a circle. See what I'm doing with my arm? My elbows, let's say the hips, and we're just trying to create a circle. So I'm just going here, like this, and back. And if you're really tight, you can keep your hands back here to get a little bit more control. We're gonna do about 20 of these. If you can get, the wider you can get, the better. And you should start to feel the hips. You might feel your groin, you might feel your back, you might feel the side of your obliques. This one's good. And again, something to zone out on. If this just feels good, don't worry about the counting. I'll do the counting. Just try to get bigger and bigger, especially when you sweep forward. Think about like a top, like when you spin a top, and then towards the end of the spin, it starts to kind of shift in all directions because it's losing its, whatever that is that you're creating. Make sense? Like the top, it loses its like,
Speed?
it loses its speed, so it starts to shift like,
Oh, like it's kind of. Oh, yeah.
yeah. Or imagine like those old cartoons when they would show somebody that was really drunk and they start moving and swaying like this.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
They're
it
more
was,
like-
hey, how you
They're
doing?
more like stumbling.
They would like stumble.
I think that was twice.
All right, other direction, guys. Other direction. Same thing, other direction. Yeah, I feel that too. I feel tightness there. Good, guys. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Really get into a zone with these. And if your knees need a bend or whatever, that's fine. No rules. Just almost get into like a zone, like a trance, like a, you're just grooving. We're taking care of what we're doing. You don't even have to think. Just get your body moving. About 5 more. All right, rest. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring it into a butterfly position, which looks like this, okay? And if you can't get into this perfect position, that's fine. Elevate stay on the pillow, David. I saw you come off the pillow, it'll help. If the pillow helped with the other one, it'll help with this one as well. So we're gonna do the exact same thing basically and move in a circle. That's all we're gonna do. And on the butterfly, the magic is how low can you go when you're in the center? Because this is called external rotation. We're adducting, doesn't matter if you know what those words are. We're just gonna do about 20 each direction. I'm on 5, and just breathe. As you go down, exhale. As you come back up, inhale. So when I'm going to my lowest part of the stretch, I'm exhaling, and as you come up, I'm inhaling. And again, if you can't get that rhythm perfect, don't worry about it. Just kind of lose yourself in this. They're smaller circles, so this will go a little faster. Other direction, guys. Switch directions. That's perfect. It's working out exactly how I would. All right, guys, that's about 20. From there, we're gonna do a little hip shift, or I should say leg shift for our hips. So see how I'm sitting like this? So if you look at Sarah, you can see her from the side, you can see me from the front. I'm just gonna let both hips fall one direction like this, and then up, and then over. Just like that. So you might feel the front of your shoulders. I feel my internal rotation of my hip, which was something we stretch. This doesn't have to be forceful, and we're just gonna do about 20. So that's 1,